What's up, friends? Welcome to my channel, Collecting is Fun, where I show you that collecting is fun. And in this review, we are going to be talking about Spider-Man Unlimited. Wait a minute. That's not Spider-Man Unlimited. This is... Hold on. There he is. Spider-Man Unlimited. Yes. Now, if you didn't get that joke, Spider-Man Unlimited, there's a story behind this guy. And why we got this version versus what I just showed you, which was Miguel O'Hara, Spider-Man 2099. Now I know that was the Spider-Verse version, and I just haven't taken him out the packaging because he's just on display on my wall. I don't know when I'm going to take him out. Maybe I'll get another one. I don't know if there's another version out there that I think is worthy. And of course, the price point is to my liking, then I might grab me another one. But at some point in time, I'll open it. Right now, he's just going to be on the wall because, I like the way he looks. Now, the story behind Spider-Man Unlimited. Man, this is there's a story behind this, man. And there's a lot of people who did not watch this show. I watched MCU Collector's video. He's talking about how he didn't actually watch the show, doesn't remember too much about it. And there's a solid reason for that. It is because the show only had 13 episodes. 13 episodes. It started in 1999, directly after the actual Spider-Man 90s series. And that ended in 1998. And we know that series did not end like we really wanted it to because we wanted more of the story. We wanted to see how he and Mary Jane were going to get reunited, but they never did that. However, in this particular show, they started directly after it, but it's not all the way, like, exactly directly after it. You see him and Mary Jane together, but the best representation of it, I believe, is with X-Men 97, because it's the same animation. This artwork is completely different. The animation style and all of that is just different as well. The music is different. It's just completely... it's a hodgepodge of things, and we'll get to that in a minute, right? But it does start off and let you know that it is from that series because it does, in that episode, the very beginning, not the theme song, but it gives you when he turns into Spider-Man, not this suit, but he actually puts on a similar version of the 90s suit there. And it plays the music from the actual 90s series, right? While he's doing his wall crawling and web slinging and so forth and so on. But that's what happens. All right. So in this show, it's crazy because this was supposed to be like Spider-Man 2099. That's what it was supposed to be. But because of rights issues are such a headache. Such a headache when it comes to just us getting things that we think we should have without any issues. We think that all Marvel characters should be able to play together with no problems. We don't want any issues with someone saying you can't use this, you can't use this word, you can't blah, blah, blah. It's just such an annoying situation. But anyway, rights issues caused them to not be able to do their own Spider-Man, the Spider-Man 2099, because they didn't have that one. So what they did was they did the actual, it actually goes back to this, knockoff. They did a knockoff version of it. They did what Black Vulcan was in Super Friends, where Black Vulcan was like Black Lightning, but they didn't want to pay the rights or whatever for Black Lightning, so they made Black Vulcan. Same thing. Same situation here. So Spider-Man Unlimited is pretty much the knockoff version, literally licensed figure that is a knockoff, a licensed knockoff. That's like the definition of a knockoff, unlicensed. But here it is, same company, a licensed knockoff of Spider-Man 2099, just like Black Vulcan and Black Lightning. And so they made their own version of a Spider-Man 2099 kind of story. It was still Peter Parker, still piggybacking off of the success of that 5-season run that Spider-Man, the animated series, had. It took place in a different Earth, what they call counter Earth. And they had different technology. I mean, it was more advanced and so forth and so on. So you're looking at it going, okay, I see what they did here, right? Even his suit. In the show, he talks about how his suit was taken from Reed Richards. Now, he said he lightly lifted, I mean, he used a different word, but I'm paraphrasing. He lightly lifted this technology, which is a nanite suit. And he got it from Reed Richards, and that's what caused him to wear this throughout the entire show. Now, with Miguel actually had a suit. It's a UMF suit, something like that. Unstable molecule, something of that nature. He has that, and it was definitely made by Reed Richards, but it wasn't like lifted or stolen, like he was Riri Williams stealing Tony Stark's technology or anything like that. But he literally said, I just, lightly lifted it, whatever. So that's what he used. All right. So here's the story of Spider-Man Unlimited. Spider-Man Unlimited takes a place. I mean, you just watch the first episode. You can go on Disney Plus right now and fact check this right now. But basically, it starts off where John Jameson, J. Jonah Jameson's son, who is the astronaut, we know, and he is now going on a mission to this place called Counter Earth. What they found out was that Counter Earth existed because they sent out a probe or a satellite, what have you, in through a what they call it, a hyperdrive that they had created, so they can actually go, faster and go to different parts of the universe way faster than normal, right? Like a portal. And they sent it over there, which was on the other side of the sun, which showed an exact version of our Earth that they call Counter Earth. But when that satellite got there, it got met with destruction. So in comic book Saturday morning cartoon reasoning, they said, hey, we need answers. We need to know why they destroyed our satellite. So we're going to take a manned mission to Counter Earth to see what's going on. Oh my gosh, right? So JJ, he is like, or JJJ, he is just sitting there like, just happy about his son being an astronaut. Yeah, real American hero, blah, 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 and all that stuff, right? And what happened is you see Venom and Carnage wanting to go to Counter Earth, so they want to hitch a ride onto the spacecraft. Well, Spider-Man doesn't know that they're just trying to do that, and he's like, hey, what's going on? They're going to try to sabotage the mission. He finds out that's what they're trying to do. He gets knocked off the spaceship after their little battle, what have you. People are thinking that Spider-Man is trying to sabotage the mission. So now he is labeled as, again, day one, a menace. It's exactly how the Green Goblin told Tobey Maguire's character in the first Spider-Man movie. He said, in spite of everything you've done for them, eventually they will hate you. Why bother? That's exactly how it was. It was just like that. They literally just like, oh, you're a menace. So this man couldn't do nothing. He had nobody to fight. There was no one there to fight. He locked up everybody. All the battles were won. So he said, you know what? Fine, I'm going to take me a break. Well, John reached Counter Earth. Next thing you know, he actually sends a broadcast. I don't know how he got on to the TVs, but he sent a broadcast to everybody saying, hey, there's stuff going on over here at Counter Earth, and it needs to stop. Matter of fact, it needs to stop here, because if it doesn't stop here, it's going to reach our Earth. So Spider-Man is like, okay, I guess this is a job for me. So he now grabs this suit and he launches onto a spacecraft, or hijacks a spacecraft, and he goes and reaches Counter Earth. And that is where he finally sees everything that is Counter Earth. He sees the new technology. He sees the high evolutionary, these bestials, so forth and so on. There's like this rat bestial. She has like the hot form and everything. She tries to give it to him almost every time she sees him. It's crazy, right? It's still kiddie now. It's implied. You don't think that. Actually, you might think that, but it's not like, implied or anything. I mean, it's not, like I said, it's implied, whatever. But this show, again, 13 episodes. 13 episodes. It lasted from 1999 to 2001. And if you had a chance or you had problems watching the show, you are absolutely fine. It is not your fault. you did not miss out too much because they had different times where they were showing the show. They had it to where it was like, okay, every Saturday for, I don't know, maybe a few weeks. Next thing you know, it was once a month. Like, oh, wait a minute. How? Okay. And then another month. And then they will show a few more episodes this month. And then they'll show the remaining episodes this month. Like, wait a minute, what's going on? And it lasted that way all the way to 2001. Like, dude, come on, right? So if you didn't have a chance to watch all of it, that's absolutely understandable. Go ahead and check it out on Disney Plus. It's not a bad show. It's really not, but it's again, it's a knockoff version of 2099. How does that work? Same company literally gives us a knockoff version of this character. You're literally holding a licensed knockoff. If you get this, which you should, it's a licensed knockoff of 2099. You know, people want to talk about knockoffs this, knockoffs that. They should stop doing that, stealing IP and all that. But I mean, we literally have been raised off this stuff, honestly. Black Vulcan, it's been in front of our faces. Black Vulcan, Black Lightning. We had knockoff characters for a long, long time by the same companies. I mean, you set the precedent, really. You know what I'm saying? Like, these other third parties want to do the same thing. Can you blame them? All right, let's get out of that. All right, so here we go. I'm going to open this thing up, and we're going to take a look at what they have to offer, because you see it's some differences, right? It's not exactly the same, but I'm thinking this is going to be a pretty cool figure. I'm definitely going to keep the card. I don't plan on keeping this card for the Spider-Verse version of 2099 of Miguel, because it doesn't have that much to offer. I like this. I like how they have it to where they have the character here, and then they also have all this stuff on the back here. And it shows you right here. He suits up to battle against Carnage and other unearthly enemies as Spider-Man Unlimited. And let me tell you, he has some other enemies in that show. He's got a Otherworld Vulture, a Counter-Earth Vulture, a Counter-Earth Green Goblin, and both of them are on the good side. They're like helping the renegades or the rejects or whatever they want to call it, because High Evolutionary is doing his Dr. Moreau experiments and so forth and so on. It's crazy. But yeah, let's go ahead and open this thing up and see what Hasbro has with this licensed knockoff. All right, and here we go. Here's Pete out of the packaging, and I gotta say, man, this is an attractive looking figure. Attractive and pretty well sculpted and made, man. I gotta say that. So let's go ahead and take a look at the hands. We got regular relaxed hands. Is the wall crawling hand, I guess. That's what he's doing there. Wall crawling hand with no magnet. Will Hasbro give us magnets? Will we ever get a chance to get that from the Hasbro? Or will we stick to the other unlicensed figures to get the magnets? Come on, Hasbro. What you doing? What you doing? All right, so then, of course, you got to have the web-thwipping hands. Again, not the Baphomet. It is a spider shooting webs out of his mouth. That's what that is. The hand is being formed like a spider to shoot the webs out of the mouth. That's what that is. Yeah, I know you're taking all the focus, because focus is on you. All eyes on me. That's it. That's what that is. Spider shooting the web out his mouth. All right. So, now that easily understood such point is made, here we go. This thing here. I would like a cloth. I really would like a cloth, but I mean, this is fine. It is. I would just like it to just be a little bit more free. It's fine. It is. It's okay. It's not like it needs to articulate, but I mean, it is the way it is. It doesn't need to really be exquisite. Like, oh, I need the luxurious web cape. No, no one's really asking for that, I don't think, but I mean, it could work. Why not? All right, so take a look at this sculpting. Everything you see here, all these red lines, are sculpted. Beautiful sculpting, right? This is sculpted. I like that. Now you saw the nice and smooth. Hey, okay, Hasbro, I see you. Good looking out. Good looking out. Matter of fact, a good mold, man. This is a good boot. It's not the typical big wide body feet that you would usually see on these things. Let me help you out with this. This is a smooth, nice, even size foot, man. This is cool. Like you would usually see the big wide foot, like the Renew Your Vows Spider-Man. Yeah, no, you don't have that. This is the nice, more reasonably sized foot, and he stands nicely too. That's nice. All right, so yeah, double jointed knees. Yeah, he's got the that thigh swivel. I mean, excuse me, the shin swivel. Shoot, I guess. Yeah, shin swivel is what you call it. And then, yeah, double jointed knees. It's looking good. He's got the thigh swivel. Yes, that's looking good. So he is looking nice and articulate. Oh, yeah. And, that's good. That's good there. I appreciate that. Oh, let's see here. I don't see any mishaps on the paint. This is really cool. So I got this from Target. I did not realize how fast this stuff was coming out. I had pre-ordered this stuff on Amazon. And I had him, Spider-Boy, and Chameleon pre-ordered. Next thing I know, I went into Target. I'm seeing other people just say, hey, I got these figures showed up in Target. I'm like, oh, cool. Well, you're on the West Coast or whatever. You know, you just got it faster than me. Of course, that's what's going to happen anyway. I just went to Target yesterday, in fact, and I saw all three, the main three that I wanted. And I got them. Like, that's what I'm talking about right there. I appreciated having that happen at that particular time. So I definitely jumped on the chance to get all three at that moment. And I mean, look, don't be afraid to say that folks put stuff on their credit cards all the time, but don't be afraid to say you used Affirm or some type of paying for option or something like that. Another thing, I couldn't find this thing online. So it was all in the store. I tried to scan. I do my due diligence. I scanned it on the app. Couldn't find it. Didn't show up on Target at all. Scanned it on their scanner. It showed the price, but that's it. It didn't show exactly where it was. The Target associate showed me, or told me that is, that there were two other Targets in my area that actually had these, or at least a Chameleon for that matter. Because I was like, can you find another Chameleon? Because the one I have has like a slit open, and I'll get to that in my review. But it had a slit, and then it was open a little bit, so I got me a little 15% off of that. Make sure you fight for your 15%. Some folks don't want to do it. They're like, oh, well, it's a practice, but it's not a policy. Man, you better give my 15%. This thing is open, not damaged, as in like, oh, the corner's messed up. No, it's open. So anyway, I was gonna open that guy anyway, but still, yeah, I couldn't do that. So yeah, don't be ashamed to say you do a paying for option, paying Sezzle, Affirm, PayPal, whatever. It's okay. It is absolutely okay. But I'm liking the way this guy can move. This here, he can move in front like that. Oh, that's really cool, man. This is nice. Hasbro is definitely stepping it up. I mean, it is 2025, so they definitely need to be stepping it up in the Spider-Man game. And as you can tell, of course, with that Maximum Spider announcement, that is definitely going to be like the most they've ever stepped up. Again, probably not going to get any magnets, but I mean, as long as that thing ain't $60, which is a joke. It's a joke about it being 60, but I mean, dang, if it is, it's going to sit right there. Because I'm not fooling with that. No, I'm good. All right, I will wait until another third party goes, oh, is that what you want to do? And they're like, come on over here. All right, but yes, look at this sculpting. Let's just take a little closer look at this sculpting here. Just take it all in for a minute. That's nice, man. That's a nice look for a Spider-Man. Of course, this here it moves. Of course, you can put the hands on. So let's just, of course, do one spider hand. One spider hand. And this is, again, It moves, so it's kind of awkward to try to take this hand off while this is here. It's like you got to position it somewhere to the side so you can kind of grab the hand from top to bottom. Nice little swivel. Put you back in there. Oh, easy. Easy peasy. There you go. So now you got double the spider. Double the spider kicking off the web. There you have it. Oh, like I said, man, crying shame about this show, man. 13 episodes. And the thing about it is, the show didn't finish. They never finished their story. 13 episodes, and they still never finished their story. They needed one more episode. One more episode to get the thing done. 14 episodes or whatever. I don't know. It's like you had to have known that your story wasn't done yet. Like you had to know that your story wasn't going to finish in the time frame that you were allowed. Like, why didn't you just go ahead and finish it? Why didn't you just like, hey, let's rush this or cut some parts out and there. We finished strong with 13 episodes. Be done. No. You can watch it on Disney Plus right now. 13 episodes. That last episode leaves it open like, oh, what are they going to do? I need a storyboard or somebody who has like the script of the last episode and this put it out there so I can read it. And I'll put myself at ease. But we can all surmise that, yeah, he came out on top. It wasn't that great of a story anyway, but seriously. The frustration, man. Remember Pirates of Dark Water? Remember that? How Ren still couldn't get his full sword. He was like still looking for his dad or something like that. Dude, that thing had 21 episodes and still couldn't finish. Like you couldn't finish it in 2021? Were you looking for 24? 23? Like, God, dog, come on, man. Pirates of Dark Water. Like, stop doing that, man. We even had the same thing happen with what? Thundercats. Remember Thundercats 2011? One season. Left us with a cliffhanger. Great show. Excellent show. Left us with a cliffhanger. Talking about, man, it's going to take a long time for us to get that show back out. Man, we're like, well, get to working. Get to it. It took them a long time, man. You see how long it took Titans to get in there. I mean, we didn't get exactly what we wanted after we waited, but come on. Anyway, I'm going all over the place right now because this figure is absolutely cool. I hope you are just taking it in and seeing exactly what's happening here. No head swapping. I'm pretty sure you can take this off, but that is good. That is good. That's some good head movement there. I like it. I like this. This is a cool looking Spider-Man. Very, very cool looking Spider-Man. Oh, man, I appreciate this. This is so cool, man. Yeah, like I said, I'm happy I grabbed this when I had the chance because I ran across another video where somebody was talking about how they happily hide figures when they don't have the money for them at that time. Which is another reason why I brought up a firm and other different payment methods you can do at the store. Like I said, a firm gives you different options. You can choose whichever you want. Interest payments, no interest payments, depending. I think it works differently if you're doing it online versus in the store. Because in the store, it gave me, some other options that just the least amount of options that I usually would get if I'm doing it online. But anyway, there's ways for you to go ahead and pay for this stuff and walk out the store with it at that moment if you really need it. You can do it. Just utilize the different methods. Quit hiding stuff. That is just scuzz bucket mentality right there. That's low life scuzz bucket mentality. Don't hide figures because I'm the kind of person that will find them. I know you're going to hide them in the most unlikely places. I know you're going to put them in the women's section, sports section, hide them in stuff, in ottomans, behind towels, underwear, all that stuff. I know you're going to be doing all that stuff. I know that. Okay, we know this. We know you're not just going to just put it in a different aisle, which I'll find it there. You're not just going to put it behind something out, I'll find it there. And then some people, they'll actually lift open the bottom of the case and try to put it in there. You will get banned. You will get banned from the store. And then you're making it harder on the other collectors like yourself. You're making it harder on yourself because somebody like you is doing the exact same thing. So you go into the store and you can't find it. And so you have these stores that are putting some of these figures locked up behind cases. Why? Because of foolishness like that. I hope you get banned. I hope you get found. I hope you get banned because it's ridiculous. You're doing it to yourself. That's why you can't find it. And not everybody has the time to try to go through every store and try to find or look through every store, every part of the store to see if somebody hid a particular figure that you're looking for. But if that person does have the time and they came out for this one particular figure, they will look in all those different places that I've talked about that is just unlikely. They will look and they'll find them. They'll find them and they'll buy them. I mean, it's to the point to where it's like if I see something hidden, it's like I might as well just go and buy it just so you won't have it. And I'll give it to somebody else or sell it to someone else who actually are deserving of it or something. It's just ridiculous, man. Every time I find something, I always put it back. I always put it back. If it's not something I want, I put it right back on the peg. I've done that so many times in various different stores. It's ridiculous, man. They're cracking down on that mess. It's even to the point, like, when you go into the store and you see that you're trying to get something and you see that it's online, but it says you can't get it for pickup. You can't get it for shipping. It's buy online, pick up in store only. Not pick up. What did I meant to say? Yeah, you can buy it online, but you got to pick it up. You can't get it shipped to you or what have you, right? You just got to buy it online. So now everybody's trying to race to buy it online. You go into the store knowing that they're supposed to have it, but you can't find it on the shelves. So what you got to do is you got to go to a rep and say, hey, do y'all still have this? And go, yo, we have this in the back. Really? And they'll grab it and then you can purchase it. But it'll still say buy online only. You might be able to buy it in the store, but you got to find somebody to get it for you. And you got to hope that they know what to do and how to find these particular figures. Oh my gosh, it's such a ridiculous foolishness, man. It's like you're not even thinking about what you're doing to your own self when you do foolishness like that. Man, I'm talking about when you know that the store has it, but you can't even find it online. You're looking at the app saying, I know you guys have it. And you talk to another rep in a different store and they say, yeah, we have this. Or this other store has like 5 of them or 3 of them. And you go into the store like, I don't see this. You got to talk to a rep and they got them in the back. Like, you have this? Oh, yeah, we got 3 of those. Really? I never would have known. I never knew. You never would have known. That's that Tony Baker right there. You never would have known unless you ask somebody. Why? Because they're holding it from people like you that are hiding stuff. Congratulations. You failed. You got an F. Anyways, back to this figure. This figure is pretty cool. I really enjoyed this figure. I like it, man. Spider-Man Unlimited. It's not exactly like it is on the show, but it still looks good. Is it phenomenal? I mean, with the sculpting the way it is great. But I mean, the interesting case of us having even with the legs right here, I think that might be a little paint mishap there on his leg. You know, mileage may vary. Certain models may vary with their different paint apps and applications and so forth. But as far as articulation and everything he's supposed to be able to do, he is able to do it no problem. Absolutely. But this is a very interesting case of us having a licensed knockoff of their own figure, their own character. A licensed knockoff of 2099 Spider-Man. That's what this is. But anyway, it is what it is. We have it now. So call it history or what, I don't know. But we have it. This is a really cool figure. I'm happy to have him. He's going to go right into my case and be displayed for whenever I decide to have some type of adventure with him. But anyway, I think that is it. That is covering the show, the figure, the episodes, and then I like it. So let me know what you think about it. Are you trying to get this figure? Did you watch the show? Do you know what I'm talking about with the show and how crazy it was? Now, it was kind of off. The writing wasn't that bad, but it was like, you know, like something's here, but it's something that's kind of missing. You know, it's kind of like 13 episodes. God, dog, dude. I hope it comes back. Spider-Man 90s comes back and they just give you the information that we needed about how he got reunited with Mary Jane and also how he made it back from Counter Earth. Just throw that in there. You got to, man. It connects. You have to say something about it. So hopefully all that happens. But anyway, that's the end of the video. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate it so much. Have fun collecting, because collecting is fun. Don't hide figures. You are better than that. Don't be a scuzz. Later.